One thing I realize about those who are busy criticizing me that I don't talk about Congo is they don't even understand what is happening in Congo. Yet, they go around criticizing people. What do you want me to talk about? What is happening in Congo is just like what is happening between Boko Haram and Nigeria. What is happening in Congo is completely different from what is happening in the rest of the world. Russia and Ukraine is fighting. You have Hamas and Israel. You have Mali and France, Niger and France, Burkina Faso and France. Most of the West African countries are fighting against neocolonialism. I want to ask you this question. Who is Congo fighting against? Let me know. So please, if you don't understand what is happening, you better shut up and stop criticizing people unnecessary. So those who keep asking me, why is it that I don't stand with Congo? The question is, who do you want me to stand with? The rebel groups? Or you want me to stand with the government who is also involved? The saddest part is you have politicians within Congo who are involved in whatever is happening. Paul Kagame is involved. Museveni is involved. The rebel groups are not Europeans. They are not Americans. They are not Russians. They are not Chinese. They are black, just like I and you. Making it very difficult to support Congo. If Congo is fighting against an external power, it makes it more easier for the rest of us to support them. Let's take Syria for example. The government was fighting against terrorist groups and rebel groups back in 2014, making it more easier for the Russians and other people to support Assad. And others are also criticizing me that why am I talking about Russia and Ukraine? Why am I talking about, Palestine and Israel? Whenever Africans are fighting, nobody supports us. Don't be ignorant. That is completely false. When Italy tried to conquer Ethiopia under Haile Selassie, a lot of our Caribbean brothers supported Ethiopia. Some lost their lives. Our brothers in America, the black community, supported Ethiopia economically, militarily. South Africans call it apartheid. During apartheid in South Africa, Fidel Castro supported South Africa even more than some of we the blacks. Look at the role the Soviet Union played. So it is completely false that whenever there is war in Africa, nobody fight for us or nobody support us. That is completely false. Back in 1963, the Western America refused to give us weapons to fight against Israel and take back Sinai. The Soviet Union did. The Russians did. A lot of countries around the world supported Egypt to fight against Israel and take back Sinai. So if you are fighting against an external force, people will support you, because when you are fighting against an external force, it becomes an ideological war. And people who believe in your ideology, or people who have interest, people who want to bring your opponent down, will equally support you. But if you are fighting against, or if you are fighting within, who do you expect the outside world to support? Even in Zimbabwe, a lot of countries around the world supported Robert Mugabe to take back Zimbabwe land from, the British. So it is not true that whenever we are fighting, nobody supports us. The war between Hamas and Israel, Africans are only supporting with mouth. The war between Russia and Ukraine, Africans are only supporting with mouth. We are doing nothing. But whenever we are fighting, people come in to support us militarily, economically. The rest of the world will only support Congo if they start to rebel. If they don't rebel, nobody is going to hear them. Nobody is going to fight for them. That is the fact. What people must understand is Africa is not an island. We are part of this world. And whatever happened outside the borders of Africa, we should be concerned. Note, Israel once attacked us and took our land by force. Sinai, whatever is happening between Egypt and Palestine is not far. It is happening right on our borders. It's very close to Egypt. You think the Chinese are supporting the Russians because they love the Russians so much? No, they are supporting the Russians economically because they understand that if these Europeans and Americans succeed in Russia, they are next. If we allow the Western America to continue bullying other countries and we sit unconcerned, it will come down here. This world is all about interest and ideology. Don't forget to like the video and share to family and friends. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.